So let's get into the final match of Group G. On the one side, we're going to have iloveoov, our Terran. That's still a crazy record to actually look at. And on the other side, we have our Zerg Orion. So this is a rematch, keeping in mind that iloveoov did beat Orion just earlier on with that nice 2 racks on Zodiac. So the maps will be Blue Storm, fighting. So we're gonna have Orion, our blue Zerg, in the top right. And we're going to have iloveoov, our red Terran, in the bottom left. So I mean, so far we haven't seen anything just yet. The game has just started. If this goes to the long game, even though this map is more of a Zerg favored map, and I believe this was the first iteration of Blue Storm, if I'm not mistaken. And even though with what that means, it's more Zerg favored, I do believe in a longer game, iloveoov would still have the advantage, just based on the fact of his experience, and he's someone who really knows how to play the TVZ matchup. In terms of the kind of builds these players might do, it's more than likely Orion might just open with the 12 hash, because we've seen it's pretty popular on this map. And iloveoov, what do you see the depot going down? Potentially a Ras going up as well soon. I just have a hard time seeing him do yeah, there you go. So the Ras is going up. Perfect. The question will become what kind of strategies either of them will go for. It's more likely it would just be the usual bio from iloveoov. Oh, but we do see a pool actually first. So a little different from the usual. Now the question is the gas going to go up soon as well? So it was an overpool. And yeah, I do see the gas on the minimap as well. So it's... So pool is about halfway done. iloveoov will scout this in time. And the drone is going for the hatchery as well. So it doesn't look like it's going to be blocked, so this is a nice thing for Orion, and the earlier pool would give him a chance to put on a bit of aggression if he likes. And the gas is going to be just about done as well, so we'll see how he's planning to spend his gas, basically. But iloveoov does have a nice block, so no Zerging aggression to be concerned about, but he doesn't have any gas or anything yet. And if he doesn't have any gas, chances are he might just be banking up for that CC. So first 4 Zergings are out actually. Oh, and that SP almost went down. iloveoov does not want to lose it just yet, but you can see just what, 2 more hits? Yeah, 1 more hit and that SP we're going down. The CC has went down, a bunker is going up, which is not a bad idea. I mean, 3 Marines versus 6 Zergings. Zergings will definitely win, especially with a good surround. So he has to be careful, he doesn't want to lose his earlier unit. The lure is up. So I mean, at this time in time, with the lure being up, speed should be on the way as well very shortly, if not already. He's had the gas for about a minute and 15 seconds or so. That's usually about enough time to get the gas to research both. So I mean, again, as mentioned, I fully expect iloveoov to take this. We do see like the academy going down, and probably on second racks, if not already one, going up very shortly. So probably the user will just stim into range. The CC is almost done as well, so I love iloveoov's position. And the spy, so it looks like we're going to be 2 hatch. So this is going to also hinge on how well Orion can actually micro these mutas. Because Blue Storm is a popular 2 hatch map, but a pretty competent Terran will have the good turn placement. They'll have enough the racks to be added on. You can see the second racks is going up about halfway done. So by the time the spider is up, iloveoov should have enough units, and his e-base should be coming up shortly as well. You don't want to wait too long, but there is a bit of Zergens there trying to proc and prod. Drone count does seem a bit low, but obviously he's just droning up at this point in time. So we're just waiting to see the stem, and I believe that's what the commentators are basically talking about. Now we haven't seen the e-base just yet, but I do expect it to go up very, very shortly. Okay, that's interesting. So a drone's actually going to the 6 o'clock position. Unless it's a miss rally, it'll be interesting if Orion was taking that base and he's planning to go for some kind of a drop later on in the game. Even if like a slow lurker drop or some kind of weird OL drop. That would be interesting, but just wishful thinking at this point. But at least now this base is close to iloveoov, so if he scouts this, it'll be very easy for him to drop later on when he has drop ships, or do a lot of get some tanks near the ground there, try and range the hatcher at least close enough to defend any units dropped from the drop. We see the e-base is almost done as well, but the meters are out. There is only a couple to start, so he should be okay defending for now. But once the count goes up and you can see his XP is actually exposed, he will start losing SCV, but that is a beautiful pull on his part, so he hasn't lost any units just yet. Oh, and that's a beautiful scout as well. So he actually sees the whole base, he gets all the information he could want. He also realized there is no third hat just yet, so there must be one on the map. So pretty nice micro so far from Orion. Beautiful so far. He hasn't lost a single meter. He's killed a couple of Marines / Firebats. And at this point, he's mostly just keeping iloveoov pinged in his base. But there is 3x production. There is the +1 attack. Stim is more than likely done at this point. So the third gas is on the way for Orion. iloveoov still doesn't know where the third base is. He's still, again, pinned in his base. So this is definitely playing in Orion's favor. So do something seeing research. So I wonder if that's actually range. Because we're at 7 minutes and 15 seconds. He already got that kind of bit earlier on. So still should have been done by now. It's also interesting that you see he hasn't actually made a single turret, also just to help a bit with the defense. Oh, so he does get a snipe. That's nice. The research is finished now. That looks the upgrade. So it's more than likely he's going to be losing this, but I would think he's going to at least use it. So it looks like he actually scanned the 12 o'clock. He doesn't see anything there. He scanned the bottom right, doesn't see anything there. So he still doesn't know where this is. Now keep in mind, all we see here is mirrors. We haven't seen actually drones at that third base. Now the question is there like a +1 attack going? Is going to be some kind of a mirror all-in with just non-stop mirror production? Because this is an extremely low drone count at that third base. So we'll see if the +1 attack for the mirrors comes in, and I believe, yeah, it's still pretty hard to make. I still believe it's 0-0 for the mirrors right now. But iloveoov is still in a decent, comfortable position overall. I mean, he still has a decent sign back at home. He hasn't lost the CC yet, and he has an army on the map as well. But the question is, yeah, you can see there's a huge amount of Marines and medics. Even then, though, he should at least open up, probably help with the movement of his unit, because that's a huge choke he's creating at the front. And he doesn't want to lose that CC because that put him in a worse position. Now, he does have quite a bit of units moving across the map. That's a huge amount of Marines that are engaging. He should probably pull the Firebats back, actually, and his medics are out of range, so he's going to lose everything. Wow, this was a fantastic win for Orion. Oh, and we see his +1 armor is actually ready. So iloveoov is actually in trouble right now. Because you don't want to be losing your army, and his units have the upgrades as well, and he's going to lose more and more Marines. Now, of course, not game ending because keep in mind that Orion is obviously going for he basically doesn't have the greatest economy. But if this CC goes down, then it'd be even worse for iloveoov to hold on in this game. But Orion is still doing a fantastic job with the Mura Micro. Oh, but he is losing a bit of Mura, so he should probably pull back a bit. +1 is finished for the Marines now, so they are actually stronger as well. While the armor for the Muras is done. We do see a couple of drones, so it could be possible that Orion might be switching out of this, and because he feels like he's pinned iloveoov down enough. Because typically the idea behind this kind of like almost like a Mura all-in where you're just banking on the Muras is that you just keep making Muras and Muras until you either the opponent is able to survive. But he's not doing too bad, but iloveoov does have fantastic targeting. He actually killed a couple of Muras, but this is looking healthier and healthier for Orion as well. Yes, but the idea behind, just to continue that thought, the idea behind was something like this. And we do see the hive coming in, so it looks like Orion wants to tech up basically, so it doesn't look like he's going to commit fully to this. The one thing is though, is the Mura card is becoming much spare, and iloveoov does have the 5 racks pumping out. He has the +1 attack as well. I don't see a ton of Muras. There's 3, there's another couple down there, so I don't even know if he has a full control group at this point. He's just been losing a lot of Muras, but it's still not a bad situation for him. But obviously, you can see an 11 o'clock hive. Basically, that's pretty late in general. And looks like what the Orion's plan for now is just to keep iloveoov back in his base again. So that's why he just keeps swooping in and out. He wants to drone up a bit, get the defilers, get the attack upgrades, crack as well with this for the Zerglings. Well, I think my thought at this point in time, what iloveoov said, he probably realizes that. Oh, and we see the Greater Spire as well going up. Okay, so this is something a transition where they just get some Guardians. The question is there even a starport? Because what's gonna happen is Orion will just morph some Guardians on the high ground there, and it's gonna be extremely hard for the Marines to kill them. You can see it's already hard enough to defend this this expansion from the Muras. Imagine if they have Guardians with their insane range. And it looks like this base would actually survive, and there's going to be another base, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like iloveoov keeps scanning the 12 o'clock, trying to wonder where that third base is. Now, one thing is that Orion doesn't want to lose these Muras. He doesn't want to have to remake them again before morphing them into Guardians. But the thing is regarding Guardian is that he actually needs starports to get, a couple Wraith or Vessels or something to help him against them, whether it's Irradiate or just the Wraith, because as mentioned, the Marines will make it extremely difficult, extremely difficult to hit the Guardians, especially with the positioning on this map. As mentioned, you can see the cliff is right near the mineral line. So the Marines will lose vision as soon as the Muras leave that area there, but the Muras will still see them basically, so manage to get the hits. And that is a huge amount of Guardians. Honestly, if Orion controls this well, this could be just the game-winning blow. Because he's already done a lot of damage as is. He's got his economy back on track, he has Hive Tech. His Zerglings more than likely have Crack at this point, that's a huge amount of Zerglings as well. Does iloveoov even have Fire Bats? You can see basically the Zerglings are chewing everything up, but so it looks like iloveoov just looks like he's going to try and counter, but honestly, I don't think he's going to be able to do much. There's still a decent amount of units here, and there's 2 Guardians to support these Zerglings, and that's a huge amount. And looks like Crack is done as well. This looks like Crack finished just recently. So this is going to be Orion's game to win. Looks like iloveoov is going to be eliminated from this group as well. So it looks like it's going to be Flash and Orion advancing to the next round. Definitely an interesting result, extremely unexpected. But Orion did do a great job of keeping iloveoov back all the time. Now there is still quite a bit of Marines left, but honestly, you're not gonna beat this many Guardians. So I expect the GG very shortly from our Terran. Oh, and that CC is going to, and it looks like iloveoov is going to see that third base there, and that's probably gonna make him shake his head just a bit. Because I don't think he actually thought it would be there the whole game. He kept scouting at the GG. Yeah, he kept scouting at 12 o'clock and the bottom right and couldn't see anything, and maybe thought it was just a 2 base rather than a 3 base. So well played, Orion. Well played. And he's going to be advancing to the Ro16.